Joining us this morning on Hot Copy is Comelec Commissioner Rowena Guanzon. Commissioner Guanzon, good morning to you.
Good morning, Karen. I just want to emphasize that I did not demand that everybody should resign with me.
Okay.
I demanded that FEROLINO should resign with me because the camp of Bongbong Marcos was threatening to file a case against me to forfeit my benefits. I said, who cares about my retirement benefits? If you want, since I'm willing to lose more, FEROLINO and I should just resign here in front of the Manila Cathedral. So on February 3, there will be an acting chair, Commissioner Inting, and she will also be presiding of the Commissioner of the First Division.
Okay, so that's confirmed already? That's been announced?
No, that is the protocol. In fact, I wanted to nominate her already, but since there was no vacancy yet, we have to wait until February 3, and that's when the remaining commissioners should make a motion and formalize by resolution the designation of Commissioner Socorro Inting, former Justice of the Court of Appeals, as acting chair until the President appoints his new chair.
All right. Given that you've announced this on Head Start, you may have critics reacting and saying, oh, inunahan na naman ni Commissioner Guanzon, dapat hindi siyang nag-announce nun.
Bakit ko hindi inunahan? I am the senior commissioner. By tradition, I'm supposed to be the one nominating Commissioner Socorro Inting since she's the incoming senior commissioner. And there's no doubt about that because that's already our tradition and our rule and protocol. Wala kayong alam dyan sa mga internal rules namin. That's the trouble with some people. They think they're experts in the Comelec.
All right. Now, Commissioner Guanzon, you are retiring tomorrow. Let's start first with your retirement. And some say you are retiring with a bang, but you do have sectors who are saying you're retiring with a dud. In the sense that you were not successful, let me finish, you were not successful as presiding officer of the First Division to essentially win over your two commissioners to influence them with your argument. In other words, you came out, released your decision, which some say is against the rules. You could be cited for that. Instead of doing what other leaders would do is to win them over before you retired. What is your reaction to that?
I am retiring with honor and excellence. That is why I released my separate opinion, because I strongly believe that Commissioner FEROLINO is already acting in conspiracy with some people to delay the vote so that my vote to DQ Bongbong Marcos will not be counted. It is not my job to win them over. It is my job to make sure that the resolution is released on time so that the parties can file an appeal all the way to the Supreme Court. FEROLINO has violated that rule because our rule says only 15 days. It is not my job to convince to win them on my side. They're intelligent people. That's why when FEROLINO says that I am undue haste, undue influence, what is she? Mabata ba silang maliliit? They're supposed to be lawyers. The trouble is FEROLINO has never practiced law in the courts. She has no experience in writing decisions. That's why she said she was slow. So I gave her some allowance, but now it's obvious, it's apparent. That's why I ask, I dare Commissioner FEROLINO, if you say na hindi ka sinuhulan, ilabas mo resolusyon. Ang dami mo pang sat-sat, wala ka naman sinulat. You have time to send a memorandum to the chair and reply to me, but you do not have time to sit down for 21 days already. My golly, the records are very clear. The admissions of facts are very clear. I gave them the transcript of stenographic notes. In fact, the admissions of facts are already in my separate opinion, which they had since February 17. Very easy, 15 pages only. Anybody from any law school can write a resolution in 15 days. I don't know why she cannot, because she's the one who is under influence and she's acting in conspiracy to make sure that they defeat my vote. Bongbong Marcos really has moral turpitude. Klarong-klaro na. Let's go back to the decision, not FEROLINO. I'm not fighting her. She's nobody to me. I even supported the election officer. She was supposed to be suspended by Andy. And I objected. I said, let's just let her pay the fine na lang. Oh.
Okay, Commissioner, you are making serious accusations. Let me get 2 points there. Number one, you said she is working in conspiracy with those wanting to delay the decision. That's one. Two, you said sinuhulan na siya. Do you have proof?
No. I said, Commissioner FEROLINO, I released my separate opinion because people were saying nasuhulan na ako. Naghihintay ako ng retirement bonus. So I'm asking you, Commissioner FEROLINO, kung hindi ka sinuhulan, ilabas mo na ang konensya so that Commissioner Casquejo and I can vote. On January 24, Commissioner Casquejo tried to reach you, but you were not replying because I agreed with Commissioner Casquejo that if you cannot write it, you have no ability to write it fast, Commissioner.
Okay. Yeah.
Stop answering to my text, and I will disclose my text on January.
All right.
20.
Now, okay, you said that she is working in conspiracy. Can you be specific with who? Do you have personal knowledge on this? You also said that you gave her until Monday to release the resolution on the cases, or else, this is what you said, you will name the influential and powerful senator suspected to be behind the delay. So two things.
Wow.
Do you have personal knowledge she is working in conspiracy with who?
You know, Commissioner FEROLINO, lacking in experience in practice of law, was nominated and strongly supported by a senator, or at least one senator. That's already on record that she will not act like this if it's not that senator who will order her, because they're very close since they were both in Davao. Anyway, I will not name him anymore because his wife already knows. It's already viral. And I already told the...
But which senator? So you're referring from a senator from Davao City. So a senator from Davao would be Senator Bongo. I mean, I think you've gone as far to the media as threatening, and I'm saying, is it Senator Bongo? Name the senator, ma'am.
No, I will not name the senator here because his wife already knows. I was told last night his wife already knows. And then I already informed, I already told the person in authority.
And who is in authority?
The senators
Who
know.
did you tell? Who is this in authority? Because you're speaking in nuances here. It's better to be clear and factual and straight, right? Because you've gone this far.
I already said that I already told a person in authority, and he will get back to me. And the senators already know because I already said, it's a senator, most probably a senator, because FEROLINO will not act on her own like this. She's a new commissioner. She's very, bago lang. You think she will dare go against her presiding commissioner? And to the extent that will not even comply with the chairman's plea for her to release it.
Okay. Now there are two senators from Davao. There are two senators from Davao, Senator Bongo and there's Senator Bato de la Rosa. So it isn't fair just for you to say a senator from Davao. Who is it, ma'am?
Among the senators who supported her in the commission on appointments. But it's enough
Senator Bato. So it is Senator Bato de la Rosa?
It's enough for me that his wife already knows, and that's going to be a war in his household.
Yes, but influencing a Comelec commissioner is a possible crime. Cases filed against.
That's why
a violation. So who is the senator, ma'am?
I already told a person in authority, and I have to respect him. If he says he'll get back to me, he'll get back to me. So if it is not time to to say it in public. If I have to say it in the proper forum, I will do so. If the Senate calls me, I will do so. It's not fair to me to also to say his name here. It's also
Yes.
not fair to him to say his name here without a proper forum. Let's do it in the Senate.
Okay, so you want to do it in the Senate because, Madam, I'd like to remind you, you were the one who made the threat. You said, if Ferolino does not release on Monday, I will name the senator. You said that.
I said I will release my separate opinion and I will name the senator, and I named him to a person in authority.
Will you file a case against this senator?
No, his wife is already angry at him. It's already viral. So that's his problem, not mine. Let's focus on Bongbong Marcos as a weak leader. Look, let's focus on Bongbong Marcos as moral turpitude. That is my decision. Let's all focus on Bongbong Marcos' violation, a conviction, four convictions, and his failure to pay the fine. Those are all conviction involving moral turpitude. That's why I said I will release my decision on my vote on Monday. The people have to know that how I voted, because I'm a legal scholar. None of the by golly, I have written several books and nobody can disclaim that. Golly, my last book is on the auditing code of the Philippines. It's very technical. I'm now writing
Commissioner.
code.
All right.
You know, I have to protect my reputation as a legal scholar because this is not the end of my career. I come from the University of the Philippines where we have to stand by our code of honor and excellence. That is why Bongbong Marcos is disqualified because he is convicted of 4 crimes that involves moral turpitude. He
All
is
right,
a weak leader.
Commissioner.
He lacks moral fiber. He has a weak moral fiber. That is why the people have to know how I voted.
Yes. Okay, Commissioner. Now, this is very important for ordinary people first to understand. I have read your vote. And of course, there is the side too of Marcos's camp. But let me ask basic question first. First, why didn't Chairman Abbas, has he acted, called the attention of Commissioner Ferolino?
Yes, because we had an executive session. And
The basic question of any ordinary citizen is, what is this leadership issue in the Comelec that a commissioner, for example, will not release a decision on consolidated cases before your retirement? Couldn't Chairman Abbas have ordered that makes sure a decision is released before Guanzon retires? It sounds so basic.
Abbas and Chair Abbas and Commissioner Po and I are all retiring. That means they also cannot vote on the motion for reconsideration. That was my that was the reason why I was pressuring Ferolino to comply with the 15-day rule so that the others can also vote.
But what has Abbas done? No, what has Abbas done? What has the chairman done?
In executive session, which Ferolino did not attend, we discussed it, and the commissioner said, it's your call, Combing. And I said, Chairman, why don't you help us? Why don't you help us? You call Ferolino if she's not answering Commissioner Casqueo. And he said, yes, it is a leadership problem in Comelec. It should be Chairman Abbas telling Ferolino, you release that because pati ako nadadamay na dito. They are telling me I'm a weak leader here. Imagine that mag-retire na rin si Chairman Abbas, wala pang desisyon on a very most important case of this year. That's why I'm calling on Chairman Abbas also. But he called her. That's why she issued that memorandum explaining it to him. So then I issued her a memorandum, explain it to me, so that on record, when the next incoming senior commissioner comes in, your explanation is on record also. Her explanation is kung ano-ano. I'm not she's not my subordinate. Hindi ka ba junior member? Ano nakalagay dyan sa records? Junior member ka. I'm the senior member. Hindi ka ba subordinate? You are
Okay.
under the supervision of the presiding commissioner when it comes to speedy resolution of cases. There is in the Constitution speedy administration of justice.
Okay,
You mean
Commissioner.
the resolution of the first division for 1 year until Bongbong is elected? By
All right.
God, only the people should take to the streets.
Commissioner, a quick question before we take a quick break regarding this particular situation is, some people have asked me, why are the rules in the Comelec as such? Wherein clearly you've written already your separate opinion. Being a member of the First Division, you already have a decision. Why can't that be counted? In other words, why is your retirement a technicality to making your decision void? That's a question that's been asked many times by many people. In other words, you can retire, but the fact that your decision's been written, you have a separate opinion, you've cast your vote. Where did this come from that you're not counted, or any other commissioner handling any case just because of the technicality that they're retiring?
Okay. Because in Comelec, when a presiding commissioner retires, the resolution is rewritten again for signature of the incoming presiding commissioner. So the new presiding commissioner will vote because there was no decision as of the time of my retirement. But I am asking, I'm going to ask the incoming presiding commissioner to let my separate opinion remain in the records so that it goes all the way up to the Supreme Court. And I think that she will allow that, being a former justice of the Court of Appeals, because I have already the clerk already received that officially on January, in the past few days, and all the commissioners have a copy. So that's the best that I can ask now to the incoming commissioner. But I do not know if the incoming commissioner will say that my vote should be counted. I do not know.
Okay. All right. Some points that are raised just very quickly, so we're fair, is Commissioner FEROLINO did issue a statement and wrote you a letter. And some main points she said is, number one, let's start first, which she calls you to stop conditioning the mind of the public, number one. Number two is the January 17 deadline, she says, was just your imposition. It was not agreed by the three commissioners. She claims that. You are breaking, the third is you are breaking the sub judice rule by discussing the decision ahead of the release of the resolution.
Okay, let's answer that. Number one, she should know, if she is a good lawyer, that the sub judice rule applies only to lawyers, litigants. Number two, I did not release the decision. That Court of Appeals justice that was suspended by the Supreme Court, that does not apply to me. Why? Because I did not release a decision. She's the one who did not release the decision. She's the one liable for draft under Section 3-C of the Anti-Graft and Corrupt Practices Act. I released only my separate opinion, which is my opinion. The copyright belongs to me. That's like all my separate. The copyright of the opinion belongs to me. I can release it anytime I want to the public in defense of my honor and in the interest of the nation. Number two, sabi niya, hindi daw kami nag- raffle January, hearing January 17th, attended.
Okay, Commissioner.
She came to my office, more than 1 hour siya doon. She was consulting on at least 2 cases. Huwag niya sasabihin na hindi kami nag-uusap dahil nagkonsulta nga siya sa dalawang kaso na gusto niyang pagbigyan eh. Oo. Paano nangyari na hindi kami nagkonsulta, na hindi kami nag-agree? We agree because in the previous division with Combot, Lim, and Gia, we really had 7 days kasi we were fast, we tried to be fast. Even with this pandemic, sabi ko, I stay in Bacolod, you send me 7 days. So we all agreed, we were doing fine. Then sabi niya, hindi siya pwede kasi nagka-COVID yung lawyer niya. Sabi ko, di ikaw na lang sumulat. So, kung wala tayong 7 days na agreement, May rules tayo na 15 days eh. Kainin nga ninyo yung rules dyan ng Comelec. Kung hindi nyo pala kayang ipatupad yun, di kainin nyo na lang. Oh, wala naman pala. Ano yan? Oh, bakit hindi ba yan, hindi ba sa, doesn't she violate law for delaying the decision to favor a litigant? Ano condition the mind of the public?
Commissioner Guanzon, we have to take up...
Statement na yan, conditioning the mind of the public, may nagsabi sa kanya ng words na yan eh. Anong conditioning?
Commissioner Guanzon...
I am not influencing them. I said I'm retiring, I will release this if you don't release that. Oh.
Commissioner Guanzon, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but...
Kaya I said nga, kung sinuhulan...
All right, welcome back to Head Start. Well, this is the second half already, and tomorrow, Comelec Commissioner Guanzon retires. Actually, yesterday was her last working day. So before we move to the decision itself, just two things that we need to clarify in terms of processes here. And one is, first, if Senate President Tito Soto calls you to the Senate to reveal the senator who was unduly influencing Commissioner FEROLINO, as you claim, you will attend? You will reveal it in the Senate?
How can I refuse the Senate of the Philippines? I will go to jail if I refuse. I will go if I am subpoenaed by the Senate President.
And the reason I'm asking this is the people need to know that it is a violation, an offense to try to influence any Comelec commissioner. So the only question is, do you have proof? Are you sure? Or do you have solid proof?
Well, I will tell them when I get there.
Okay. My next question.
The important thing is I am doing this in the nation's interest.
Okay.
I will be defenseless. I will be a private citizen, right? I'm no longer commissioner. If the senators feel they are alluded to, they should tell the Senate President to subpoena me. You see, if they feel they are alluded to, o sino nasasaktan dyan, i-demand mo sa Senate President na isubpoena ako. Ako naman, I am fair. Sana naman po, wag na kayong nakikialam dito. Kasi ganun din eh. Akyat din sa Supreme Court. Sinasabi ko nga sa Marcos loyalist, mabuti na yung ngayon na madikyo si Bongbong para kung makasubstitute yung wife niya, okay pa yung kampanya nyo. Eh kung ma-disqualify yan ng Supreme Court 1 week before the campaign, eh di hindi na boboto yung Marcos loyalist kasi ayaw nila, hindi naman yung wife Marcos eh. Diba? And if he is disqualified after the elections, tatanggalin din siya or hindi siya makaupo. Ang makaupo, the one who will sit as president will be the vice president who is elected and took their oath. See, that's in the nation's interest that this goes up all the way to the Supreme Court. Why are you stopping it so that he will not be disqualified? There's a game plan here that I see. So that because they'll say that, oh, the Supreme Court's hand will be forced if he wins, then they will have to say that is the will of the people. That's not correct because that's not the law. And the justices are not pushovers. They're going to study. Why do you think he lost in the protest? If the Supreme Court justices are pushovers. Marcos Jr. lost in the protest against Lenny Robredo. What makes him think that he will win this disqualification case if he will delay it?
Okay, so you're making it clear. All right, let's move on from this. You're making it clear that technically what you're saying, it's in your interest, the Marcos camp, that this is released now. That's what you're saying. Next. Now, quickly before we move to the case itself, just for the public to understand, when you retire, there will be two changes actually in the first division. It's not just you, right? So this is important for the future of this particular case. So you will be replaced by who you say is Commissioner Inting, more senior, but you see Commissioner Cosqueo is also going to be replaced.
Yes, presiding of the second division. So he will not be able to vote on this case. You see,
so there are two of you technically who will
maybe they suspect that Commissioner Casquejo will also DQ. That's why you see I have to come out in the public and inform the people of what's happening inside Comelec because there's interference and they're using FEROLINO as their soldier. You see, two of us cannot do.
Who is replacing Cosqueo?
There's a short list already. I was informed there's already. I hope the president really appoints, in the quality of, let's say, Commissioner Bulay, who was a former city prosecutor of Manila, who has practiced law for many years. Because half of our work is judicial. It's judicial. We decide on cases. I hope the president really appoints good lawyers, former judges, former justices, former practicing lawyers. Not like Ferolino. Ferolino, what? He studied law and wala naman ako dun sa mga taong nag-aral kayo nang naghihirap kayo, nag-aral kayo sa gabi, etc. Pero hindi kayo nag-commissioner Siya nag-ambisyon siya mag-commissioner, hindi naman siya marunong magsulat ng desisyon tapos kaya madali siyang influensyahan dahil may patron siya. May patron siya. Kasi kung practicing lawyer ka, kahit in-appoint ka ng presidente, may mga basic code ka dyan Wala kang patron, nobody can really tell you paano mo gawin yung desisyon na yan unless nabayaran ka. Di ba? Kasi ang presidente sinuulit-ulit na ni Salpanelo na the president hindi nakikialam dito, magagalit siya. Pag sinabi niyo na siya nag-utos sa inyo dyan. Wala.
Commissioner, just quickly, have you... Commissioner.
Marcos is weak.
Okay, wait, Commissioner, have you no fear whatsoever that after everything you've said about Commissioner Ferolino, you could be sued for libel, and defaming her reputation or integrity?
She should be afraid of me because I might file an impeachment complaint against her for violation of the Anti-Graft and Corrupt Practices Act. Do not threaten me with libel suits because I was a professor of law and practicing lawyer for more than 25 years. You can sue me anywhere in the country. I have money to go around the country and campaign against your candidate. Sige, file a libel suit against me in Manila because that is the rule. If you
are thinking of filing an impeachment case against her.
I can because this is already, imagine you're the one now, Karen, scoop ka. You're the one who really now pointed us to the fact that if Commissioner Casquejo can no longer vote, that means alam nila na si Casquejo, Commissioner Casquejo ay hindi sila sure na hindi DQ. So to knock out both our votes, hindi nga ilalabas. Ngayon malala na, two of us na cannot vote. Galing-galing talaga ni Karen Davila.
No, okay, ma'am, let's not make this about me. But moving forward, can I please talk about the side of the Marcos camp? Let me read you the statement. This is important in the spirit of fairness. Attorney Vic Rodriguez had a good argument, and he said, on the issue of moral turpitude, the filing of a fraudulent return with the intent to evade taxes was, let me finish, considered a crime involving moral turpitude, but that entails, number one, willfulness and fraudulent intent. But he claims that's not the same and cannot be said for failure to file a return. So yun, kumbaga,
ang problema sa abogado ni Bongbong Marcos, akala niya magaling pa siya sa akin Ano bang year ka na-graduate dyan sa Ateneo, ha? Ang dami magagaling dyan sa Ateneo. Ngayon, sagutin kita. Hindi pa ba willful yan? 4 times na hindi nag-file ng ITR, gobernador pa siya. Ano ba siya tulog? Ang dami niya accountant. Tapos, nung na-convict yung kliyente mo sa Regional Trial Court, sa Court of Appeals, hindi pa nagbayad ng fine? Hindi ba yan willful? Is that not the acts of somebody who has a weak moral fiber or at least a spoiled brat? Spoiled brat? Why will I pay? And the son of the president, Chuchu. Well, ganyan ang attitude niya. Ngayon, convicted siya. Hindi pa rin siya nagbayad ng fine? Ba't hindi kayo nagbayad ng fine? Kasi, hindi nyo mapipilit yung kliyente nyo na magpirma doon sa court na magbayad na kayo ng fine. Batang mali, tanungin mo. Masama ba yan o bad ba yan o good? Ay, bad yan, tita. 4 years siya may kinuha doon. Nag-receive siya ng salary niya. Hindi siya nagbalik ng tax niya. Kung may multa, ikaw. Oh, hindi nagbayad ng multa, hindi ba yan bad? Oh, good ba yan bad? Oh, alam nyo, wag nyo anuin ang mga tao sa mga technical nyo. At sa technical man, wala kayong Supreme Court decision in your favor. Yung Republic versus Marcos na once lang di siya na-file ng ITR as State Administrator Ferdinand Marcos. Obiter yun. Obiter. Ngayon, alam mo ba? Atty. Rodriguez, kung ano ibig sabihin ng obiter? O mag-aral ka muna dyan. Obiter yan, di yan counted.
So there's a precedent that you are mentioning a specific cause, a specific case.
Oh, once lang niya ginawa. Baka sabihin ko pa, baka kasi na umalis na sila na people power sila So 85 lang. Hindi, 82, 83, 84, 85. Saan siya? Absentee governor nga siya Sabi nung isang din doon, absentee. Nasaan siya? Ba't di siya nag-file ng income tax niya? Oh, just because anak ka ng presidente, hindi ka mag-file. Ako, with more reason, kung anak ako ng presidente, mag-comply ako sa batas, di ba? Ang malala talaga, hindi pa nagbayad ng fine.
Okay, one may argue, if this was a crime involving moral turpitude, why was Bongbong Marcos, frankly, he was a senator. Number two, he was allowed to run for vice president.
Because, Karen, nobody filed a case against him before. They did not find out. They only found out now. Oh, talo nga siya sa protest What makes him think mananalo siya sa Supreme Court? Madidikyo yan si Bongbong Marcos sa Supreme Court. Pag hindi siya nag-substitute sa before May 9 of noon, madidikyo siya sa May 10, hindi siya makaupo. The Vice President-elect will sit. Kahit manalo pa siya at nagsumpa na siya, matatanggal pa rin siya ng Supreme Court. Yung Vice President-elect pa rin ang uupo. So, gamitin nyo nga mga kukunat nyo, yung mga abogado kayo, magaling pa kayo sa akin Kaya nagtatagalog na ako dito dahil nag-practice ako ba. Kaya, in English, hindi klaro sa tao. Tagalogin natin. 4 times hindi nag-file ng ITR, ibig sabihin hindi nagbayad. Hindi lang hindi nag-file, hindi nagbayad. Kasi yung resibo niya na pinakita sa akin, sa hearing ko namin, resibo niya, Xerox. At nakalagay pa doon, lease rental. Ano ba yan? Xerox na nga lease rental pa. Hindi validated ng teller sa baba. Sabi ng abogado niya, let's submit a certified true copy. I said, okay, you have 3 days to submit that.
Okay, all right. Commissioner.
Wala yung binayad na tax. Ano sinasabi ni Rodriguez na hindi yung non-filing, kundi non-payment? Hindi nga nagbayad ng tax yung kliyente mo, ulit-ulit. Xerox nga ang ebidensya nyo
Okay, Commissioner.
Xerox mo nga yung pera, bumili ka ng
Commissioner. All right. Okay, Commissioner, we don't have enough time, but my last question for you is this. You will go to the Comelec tomorrow. You are retiring tomorrow.
In full splendor, in my robes, I will go to the Comelec because there's an en-bank ceremony. In full splendor and honor, I will retire tomorrow. And let's see if Commissioner Ferolino will be there.
But after your retirement, what will you do? What are your plans?
I'm so busy. I'm so intelligent. I'm so busy. I finished my book on election law. My local government code textbook is in UP Press right now. I will renovate the mausoleum of my parents. I will go around the country explaining my book. Ayan, ginalit nyo na ako By Friday, I have billboards na in Metro Manila.
So are you saying you will proactively campaign? Are you saying you will proactively campaign against Marcos?
No. I will say this is my vote. I will explain to you why I DQ'd him. I will have billboards in Metro Manila starting this weekend that says, labanan ng mali, labanan ng masasama. Ayan, ginalit niya ako
And who will be spending for this? I mean, somebody might throw this accusation that you have your own backer. Is there a political group backing you up?
Wala ba akong pera magpatayo ng mga billboard? Ano ba ako? Wala ba akong pera? Pobre ba ako?
Okay.
Kayo itong, baka binayaran kayo Kaya nga sabi ko, sinuhulan. Kung hindi kayo sinuhulan, di ilabas nyo. Ano itong usapan? Ilabas lang niya. Sasabihin ko, I'm very sorry. I apologize for everything I said.
Okay.
Kaya bakit mag-retire? Kasi ang dinig ng boto niya, anong boto? Alam ko, hindi nila alam anong boto ni Commissioner Casqueo, kaya ganyan. Dalawa na kami, hindi makaboto.
Dalawa po kayo, oo, lumabas ngayon na hindi makakaboto. Dalawa po kayo. Last question, what do you believe is your best legacy or your legacy in Comelec service?
Sorry?
Ano po ang legacy ni Commissioner Guanzon sa Comelec? Just quickly, Mama, I don't have time, but just to wrap up, what are you most proud of? Before
I raised the bar for excellence dyan sa mga lawyers, lalo na sa law department. Ever since I was commissioner, they had to study because they cannot be, my memory is very long. And number two, in gender and development then programs na institutionalized namin. When I arrived there, only 3% of the budget was being used for gender. Now, when I retired, it's around 75%. Is already used for gender-related projects. The overseas voting reforms are there also. Are there. And then I am retiring with zero backlog except this Marcos case. But it's not mine naman. Dahil hindi naman ako ponente. Right now, I only have 53 resolutions to sign and I will sign them over the weekend. And I will submit on Wednesday, which is my last day. Sino commissioner dyan makasabi nag-zero backlog siya? Sige nga. You correct me. Oh.
On that note, Commissioner Rowena Guanzon, thank you so much for being on Head Start the day before you retire. Much appreciated. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Karen. Thank you.